Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Labor Day weekend. I know we all are. We were sitting here chatting before we went live, and it sounds like we had some interesting weekends, from a drunken wedding from Jack to the guys down below us doing some imbibing in some different beverages. So welcome. Glad to see everybody in the side chat over there already. And I get to make an introduction to our special guest today, and that is Baggers and Brews. Now, it's not just one. It's three guys that all have one channel. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and we'll go around and then let Bob and Jack and then myself, we'll talk about it, and then we'll get started, okay? So kick it off, guys. Tell them who you are. And
hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Bert. Go by DeBeard on social media, and I'm one of the trio for Baggers and Brews.
Hello, everybody. My name is Austin. I'm one of the trios from Baggers and Brews, and I go by Austin R. King on social media also.
Cool.
I'm George. I'm the third member, and on social media, I'm just George.
You guys ever mess with each other and change the passwords?
No, because we would confuse ourselves.
Well, yeah, we have enough trouble without that stuff now. Yeah.
Mr. BoDean.
I am BoDean too, otherwise known as Bob, and I've decided with these three great guys that the three of us need a new name.
We do. I don't know what we call ourselves, like old and arthritic. Maybe that would be a good group name. But hey, everybody, good evening. I am Harley Day Rider, your girlfriend HDR. And I tried to put my name in there, but if anybody wants to know, I go by Jack to my family. Some of them I do call me HDR. So just let you know.
I call you sir.
Oh, that's nice of you.
The respect of the elders, man. That's what I do.
That's correct, sir. That's
correct, sir. My name is Colin. I go by Broncoride on YouTube. Glad to be here, and I'm really appreciate the three guys below us. And I love this new feature. This is the first time we've ever actually had more than 4 people on one stream. We normally just have 4. So the boxers are a little smaller. And then look, they have these new things where you can move the boxes around. It's all kinds of fun, different things. So format as usual, guys. We are going to ask 3 questions for the entire group. Then we're going to ask 3 specific questions for Baggers and Brews, and it's very interactive, so make sure in the side chat you guys put anything you want to ask them. Mr. BoDean 52 is going to be question boy today, and then after that we're going to go into some fun. I think they're interesting. I tried to put some fun ones in for the rapid fire questions. So you guys ready?
Yeah,
let's go.
Yep. First one, and this could be a long-winded one. Hopefully it's not. Okay, what modifications have you done to your bikes?
So for me, nothing really special, to be honest with you. I bought my bike with a lot of the main things done, handlebars, pipes, tuner, upgraded sound system. It was all done already. So I've done nothing big to my bike. I bought the Adam Sandoval floorboards, Zero phone charger. That's really it. I don't know if this is one of your questions later, but I got some plans to do some stuff this winter. I'm hoping to do suspension, maybe some legends, but to date, nothing exciting. These guys have a lot more fun stuff than me.
Somebody asked, what did you do to your beard, Jack? So before did you do something special?
Yeah, well, I fell in a can of shoe polish. I was shining my shoes for the wedding, and my face fell in it. So that's what happened. I don't know.
We're only like 2 minutes in, and that question came already.
There you go, Bill. Good question, buddy.
We better drink.
Keep drinking.
Heck yeah.
So how about you? What modifications have you done to your bikes? Next.
Austin.
Is he freezing up on us?
Frozen again.
Austin might not have us.
He looks solid. Oh, there he goes.
He looks confused right now. Like, are they talking to me?
Like, are they asking me a question?
We might have to have him jump back out and jump back in. So, George, you want to jump on?
So I have an 18 Road Glide, and I bought it new, and stock bikes or stock bikes. So I've done quite a bit. Slip-ons, zero LED, turn signals all the way around, Clockworks windshield. And Austin just put on some Clockworks 14-inch clip hanger handlebars. And same floorboards as Bert, the Adam Sandoval highway pegs, and a hammock seat.
Oh, the hammocks.
All right,
nice.
I don't know if I'm coming across, but as far as my bike, it's a 2013.
He's still stuck on dial-up.
Yeah, he is on dial-up.
I'm trying to text.
Am I frozen or am I not?
Yes.
You are frozen.
We just sent you a fax.
It's funny because like his picture on the video is showing like a minute later, so he's like laughing when somebody's talking.
Yeah.
Poor Wi-Fi. We'll come back to you, dude, once you get it up.
Yep.
Bob, how about you, buddy?
Man, I'm embarrassed. You sent me this question early, and I appreciate that because I actually had to write them down. That's how bad it is. So, new mini apes, pegs, Mustang seat, LEDs around, filler lights, serial 3D charger, and I'm finishing a stage 1 now. So it's crazy, isn't it? I made sure I didn't add up all the money I spent on it, but I've done a lot to my Ultra Limited for sure.
Don't add it up.
It'll make you sick. Man.
It's like firearms. You never add up how much you spend on that stuff, and you never tell anybody, right?
Not until the Civil War happens. Then you'll be ready. Yeah, so far on my bike, I've done LED lights all the way around, the Zero 3D phone mount. What else have I done? Oh, the Vance & Hines Eliminator 400s, thanks to Bob for trying those out first for me and saying they're great. So then I spent the money and bought those. And then there was some upgrade I did recently. I put a new battery in my key fob. So I did do that upgrade. So that's important. All right, Bronco.
Okay, so I have done several things. I just finished installing a tour pack, which I will show next week on a video what I ended up going with. I've done a stage 3 upgrade. Similar to you, George, I did a hammock seat, which I absolutely love. That thing's very, very comfortable. I'll tell you that. Pricey, but it's comfortable. I'll tell you, it's great. It's a great seat. New windshield. I've done a ton of custom dynamics lights. I got to stop. Seriously, I have issues because I keep looking at especially when I go out riding with friends.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's irritating because you guys cost me money, and there you roll your eyes there, Bob, but it's true.
I'm doing a stage kit right now because of you, jerk. What are you talking about?
Hey, Bob.
Jack cost me $30,000.
Yeah, Bob bought a new bike because I talked to his wife for 15 minutes. You get your wife on. You guys need a new bike. Let me talk to your wife for 15 minutes. You can buy whatever you want.
All right. Austin, you having any luck? Is your Wi-Fi better? Nope, he's still laughing from a minute ago.
I don't know. You tell me. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah,
We're starting a GoFundMe page for Austin's internet service.
Scouts a minute ago put up that you need to pay your bill, Austin. So
That part is I have 1 gig.
you need to pay your. Okay, this is specifically for the Baggers and Brews guys. Talk about how you guys all met.
Okay. I've known George since high school. We went to the same high school in the same class, same grade. So I've known him since then. We didn't really run in the same circles back then, but we did play football together and we knew each other. Austin, I met through my last job. In 2009. So I've known him since then. And I introduced the two of them through riding. So
I think Austin's still stuck on the intro 5 minutes ago. So George, we'll go to you. He's a little behind.
Same question there. How we met?
Same question. How you guys all met? Because you guys are all you live in pretty close proximity to each other, right?
Yeah, I mean that wasn't always the case. I mean, obviously, Bert and I have known each other from high school. Didn't see each other for a long time, and he happened to post on Facebook. We were Facebook friends that he was going to Road to the Shore, which was an old, a now defunct rally that we had in Jersey. And I just sent him a message. Hey, I'm riding down, with a buddy. If you want to, hook up, we'll ride down. And I think that was in, 2015 maybe. And I mean, we've kind of been riding ever since.
That's cool.
Because
I know you guys had a live stream. It seems like a couple of the guys that were with you that aren't, I don't know if they're necessarily part of your channel, but they went to Sturgis with you. I think you had a couple of buddies, and you guys have known each other for a long time. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's very cool. That's what it's all about, man. Okay, so next one. What trips do you guys have planned for 2021? Not 20.
Definitely Ocean City. Ocean City, Maryland, Delmarva.
Oh, cool. I'm only 3 hours from Ocean City. I'm not too far.
It's worth the trip.
Yeah.
What's funny is if like where I live, if I cross the water, so like I go like 30 miles and I could cross the water and go to the eastern shore of Maryland, I could be in Ocean City in about an hour and a half. Wow. But otherwise, because there isn't a bridge, I have to go all the way up to Annapolis, which is the capital of Maryland, and then cross over that huge bridge, Chesapeake, and then head over.
Yeah.
It's a nice area up there. If you've never been to Ocean City, a boardwalk.
It's a nice area, and it's a great rally. I mean, people don't, it's a huge rally. They say it's now the biggest on the East Coast. Vendors are spread out all over the city and out of the stadium, like 20 miles out.
When is that again?
I'm sorry?
When does that happen?
Weekend after Labor
Day. Yeah.
Or 2 weeks after Labor Day.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, right in that neighborhood.
It's usually around the 12th, the 13th, somewhere in there, whatever that Thursday is.
Yeah.
Around that time frame.
Have they been doing a rally for a while?
That's a good question. I don't know how far back that stems.
Since 2009, because I know they were doing it back then. Because the popular thing for people to do was to skip from Wildwood Road to the Shore and just head right down to Delmarva.
Got it.
So they've been doing it for a while.
I live in the state and I haven't gone yet. So you
gotta go.
I know I need to go. I definitely need to go. How about you, Bob?
Will your government let you go?
Probably not.
Our government won't right now.
For me, I think that we've talked about maybe the three of us get together and do a trip with the wives. Quite frankly, after watching these guys and their trip and how they brought the wives and the good time that they sound like they had, I know that we've been talking about doing that. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I've been back in Michigan, a year now, and I haven't really done a trip in the UP and the Upper Peninsula. So I want to ride that next year as well. So those are the two right now.
Yeah, mine are pretty much the same. Riding with these two guys here. When we went to the Allegheny National Forest, we had a blast. So we thought we would make it even more exciting or more of a drag, bringing our wife. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I guarantee with our wives, we will not be interviewing the desk clerk and putting her on a live stream. We probably won't be allowed to do certain things like being crazy people. But no, I think it'll be a blast. We've already been chatting. I sent them guys a message today about like a Airbnb house, something big enough we can all stay in. I think it'd be kind of cool. So we just have to pick a place. But other than that, probably have one other ride somewhere with Mrs. HDR, the two of us, and we really don't have anything nailed down.
Your wife is in the chat, Jack, saying, "Are you going to sleep in the garage tonight or in your car after that last comment?"
That means I could carry those bales of straw back down the garage and put that sheet back on it. Damn it. All right, I'm sorry.
I've told these guys it's absolutely we're going to try to get a trip next year with the three of us, with the wives. But I'd love to go down to the Ozarks. I would love to take a trip down there and just ride around because it looks like some beautiful country out there. Never
Where's
done
that located?
California.
All right, it's gonna be a bit far. Taking
where did he say you were from, Colin? Before, Jack?
He used to live in Rhode Island.
I used to live in Rhode Island. I've never lived in Rhode Island.
So guys, so the three of us were friends for a while, and on one of the live feeds, Jack says, "Well, you're from Rhode Island, Colin. What's in there?" And Colin's like, "No, dude, I'm from Maryland."
He's from Maryland. it hurt me deep to the soul. It's like Maryland. Like,
Yeah. And we still haven't let them live it down for sure.
All right, you guys recently went to Sturgis, and you've had some great videos that you've done. Is there one thing that you regret that you didn't complete or you didn't do?
As a channel or as
Either way, just anything at the ride out there. Is there anything you wanted to do and you didn't get a chance to do it?
we've kind of discussed this, and they might have a different answer, but we discussed this, and I think the one thing we collectively kind of regret not doing was a little more of the nightlife. You know, we spent just about every day out riding the Black Hills and seeing a lot of the different sites and the Mount Rushmores and all that stuff. And, you know, come the evening, you're kind of wore out. And so we would just go back to the house and kind of chill and have dinner or whatever. So we didn't really get downtown for any of the nightlife, any of the crazy stuff. So we kind of said if we ever did it again, we would want to make a point to go see that.
Yeah.
So.
Anything else you guys had you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, as far as regret, I wouldn't change the way we did the trip, especially this first time out, because we did ride every day. We did a lot of riding. I mean, we saw a lot of the, you know, the touristy and the national monuments and enjoyed a lot of good roads. But at the end of a day like that, you know, you are tired, and we did stay about 30 minutes outside of downtown. So I think if you're somebody who wants to enjoy the nightlife, you need to stay a little bit closer than 30 minutes outside of downtown.
Yep.
That's a thing. So if we were to do it again, I think we would stay in there closer.
I tell you what, based off your guys' videos, you look like you had an amazing time. You really did.
It was.
Watching your guys' live stream a couple days back and talking about it, and it was pretty cool, man. I've never been. I know HDR has, and he went on non-peak time, which was pretty smart actually. But he had a great time. So that's one day on the bucket list. I'd love to get out there.
Hey, Colin, you know what's nice about their video? I mean, not only to show the trip and them out as a group, but you guys really showed what's out there. I mean, to me, it was like, hey, this is a great event, but you go to a lot of big events like that. But you guys kind of showed the roads, and to me, I was like, I want to go out there just to ride those roads. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. If you were a first timer, would that be the reason to go out instead of the rally itself, or do both like you did?
I mean, both was good, I think. I mean, we spent one day really hardcore with the vendors down at Black Hills, Harley, and we didn't get to ride all the roads, you know, that everybody wanted to ride. You know, so it's a lot. As far as riding the roads, going out a little bit early, I think we all agree would be a nice thing to enjoy that, because some of those roads you don't want to be clutching on.
Yeah.
So it's that would be, you know, my biggest piece of advice. If you want to ride Iron Mountain, or if you did want to go ride Needles or some of those roads, they get crowded, and it'd be nice to do that without the traffic.
Yeah, the Black Hills and all the roads that it has to offer, it's really something that you don't, like, if you're not interested in the party of Sturgis, you don't really need to go during the rally. It's,
Yeah.
you know, it's there all summer or whatever, as long as it ain't snowing. The roads are beautiful. There's plenty to do aside from the rally. So, yeah.
It is pretty hot out there, though. Was it hot out there when you guys were there? We
Was
went in
hot.
June. Yeah, we went in June. You guys went, just now in August, right?
August. And I mean, one of the days when we headed out to Devil's Tower, it was getting close to 100 degrees.
Yeah, that's hot.
But see, the crazy thing about that is, like you were saying, why we were 30 minutes out from Sturgis, you know, you want to hang out later, but it's dark out there in those hills. There's no street lights. It's dark. There's animals, and the temperature drops when the sun drops. So we went from sweating at almost 100, you know, to where it's like in the 60s now. And if you weren't prepared, like a couple of times, I didn't even have a long sleeve jacket or anything. So it's a little chilly riding back to the house.
That's what it was for us in the morning. My wife would start out with 3 layers on and start stripping down through the day. You know,
Yep.
It's cold in the mornings too. People don't understand.
It is cold in the mornings.
Do we still all feel bad for Austin, who's just staring at us?
I do.
No.
I feel bad. If he would go to the public library, you can get really good internet.
So we've actually had this issue before with Austin, and it's not his internet, because he's got really good internet. It's
It might be
something to do with when there's this many people on here. When it's just the three of us or four, he's completely fine. But as soon as we go to like six people on, he just loses everything.
Wow.
Is he on wireless or is he wired in? Do you know?
He's wireless.
Wireless, yeah.
Yeah, if he'd run a network cable from his router into his computer.
Austin, if you can hear us, type in the side chat.
Get that,
All right,
like,
guys. Next question. Would you be interested if HD let you customize your bike build online from the factory? I know you can go online and then get a wish list, then go to the dealer, and then they can add that once you get back or once it comes in, but then get it sent right to the dealership. Or would you rather buy it as is and then just add parts?
I would rather buy it as is and add the parts because there's going to be things that I want to add that aren't necessarily Harley-Davidson parts. So for me, it's definitely just buy it as is or as close to the way I like it and then add stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would probably add some stuff. I mean, if you're talking about it coming from the factory, the advantage is, as anybody knows who's done mods to bikes, these mods are expensive. And if you had the opportunity maybe to throw that into the financing or roll that into something like that, I mean, if you could do bars that way, if you like the bars they had or slip-ons or what have you, you know, that might be a thing.
Here's the thing. This is probably going to happen, that they're going to customize the bikes more. They're going to, lower the models. So that's why I wanted to ask this and see what you guys thought about that. How about you, Bob?
Yeah, I agree with Bert. When you first talked about this question, I thought, yeah, it'd be nice to get it all ordered and how you want it, and then you spend more time riding. But hell, that's half the fun. And I'm 2 weeks away from my warranty being over, and now I'm adding a whole bunch of other third-party parts that I wouldn't get if I ordered it like that from Harley.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of feel that there's that third option you're talking about where if I could roll it into the financing and it's going to cost me, say, $10 more a month in a payment, as opposed to trying to get in and trying to come up with like $2,500 to do a stage 3 upgrade or whatever it is. The only other thing I like about when you get parts directly and you get them on your bike before you pick the bike up, you can put those all under a 7-year extended warranty.
Yeah.
Like my bike right now, I still have 5-year warranty on it, so I bought the extended, so I have a total of 7 years. So it'd be nice if all those parts was warranted.
I mean, I'd like to be able to customize it and then you just go to your dealer and you pick it up. Yeah. I think that's a good option. I mean, but saying that, like all you guys, it's going to be a hell of a lot cheaper to go aftermarket in a lot of cases rather than paying like Harley prices. Can you imagine like how much the 131 would be and then add everything in, the new engine, and it's basically going to cost like a CBO.
I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but years ago I had a friend that bought a Harley. You used to go in and you would look at the bike, but you couldn't buy them out of the dealer. They had to order it, and it would take maybe 6 months to get to you after you bought it. So if you buy at the beginning of summer, you're going to get it right when the cold weather starts to hit. I mean, I don't think that's I hope they have a better idea of how they're going to ship these bikes out quicker.
Last questions for 2 out of the 3 of you guys, the ones that can hear me. Talk about how you guys got into the passion of beers. That's part of your channel, and I know only one of you guys makes it yourself, so I want to hear about this.
Wow. I thought about this question when you sent it. My passion for beer is kind of just developed over time. I mean, I hope my parents aren't watching, but I started, drinking beer when I was probably a sophomore in high school, and obviously back then it was, what can you get for the cheapest price? And the beer wasn't so good. And that continued through college, I only got so much money. I'm going to get the 30-pack of whatever. And then over time, you start developing a taste for it and actually, start exploring the different stuff. And I think, my thing now is IPAs, and I don't think I was really into those until maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So it's kind of developed. Now, as far as making our own, that was never anything that I was interested in. There's way too much science and math and stuff involved in that. It wasn't until, George said that he did it, and, all right, I'll come hang out and do it with you. But as long as you tell me what to do, because there's way too much thinking involved.
Before we go on, Blacktop Devil, I want to let you know that this is the first super chat I've ever received, and I have to give it to Austin so he can upgrade his Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Blacktop.
Oh, man.
After taxes, Austin, once we send that over, it'll be by about $2.50. So
I started the GoFundMe while you guys were talking, so he's rock. We got like 50 bucks.
thanks, dude. I appreciate you doing that for him.
Blacktop.
Oh, man.
That's cool as hell. That's the first time it's ever happened.
I mean, passion for beer. I mean, craft beer. Anybody who drinks craft beer, like one of the awesome things about it is being able to support your local market and being able to support local businesses. You know, all the breweries that we go to are, you know, just regular people, you know, trying to live the American dream and do their thing. And the fact that a lot of them make good beer and we could support them, I think is really cool. As far as making beer, I had an uncle that used to make wine, got my parents into making wine. I don't drink that much wine and, you know, rolled into making beer one day.
The Baggers and Wines just doesn't flow as much.
No, Baggers and wine is just not. Yeah, it just doesn't work.
I'm not a wine guy either.
It would have to be a chick channel like Baggerettes and Wine.
That's for the wives, right? That's a question. Do the wives drink wine or beer?
Beer. I think everybody drinks beer.
Nice.
Bert's wife more so, right? The Porters.
Well, yeah, my wife, well, she's like me. Neither of us like wine. And she used to be one of those ones that drank the, you know, Coors Light or whatever. And at some point, I don't know when it happened, a couple of years ago, she tasted like a porter or something from a local brewery, and she really liked it. And so she started drinking those, a bunch of dark beers. And then all of a sudden, she tasted one of my IPAs, and now she's drinking all my beers. So, yeah.
I have one here for her if she wants to get her roots.
That's a Coors Light IPA. It's very strong.
Okay, Bob, I know you told me you had a couple questions, but before that, Miss Blacktop Devil says, good Lord, you've had a couple beers, Mr. Blacktop, and you're throwing out the cash. So you should start one of these. That's outstanding. No, dude, keep drinking. We need to upgrade his Wi-Fi.
That's right. She missed the $100 earlier, too.
All right, Bob, what questions do we have, dude?
Out of the Baggers and Brews, who's the biggest drinker?
Bert, hands down.
First,
Bert
Bert will drink everybody under the table.
He's proud of that too. He's like,
yeah, okay.
I'm the biggest one, so I mean, I should be able to drink them up. Right?
nice.
That's right. If you had a choice between a beer, a new bike part, or a new cat, what's it going to be?
A new bike part or a new cat? Well, for me, it's going to be bike
tattoo.
Tattoo, not a cat too.
I thought it was an Inside Austin joke. I thought he was asking if he wanted another cat. New bike part or a new tat?
Well, I'm going to say a tattoo because the bike's running fine the way it is, and you can always use another tattoo.
All right. How about you, Bert?
Go ahead.
There's definitely a couple of bike parts I want, but I'm more overdue for a tattoo than I am for any of the bike parts.
Yeah, you are.
Bob, do you have any tattoos?
I do.
Jack?
It's on his toe. It's a rose.
Jack, you've got BoDean 52 on your back, don't you?
I have 0 tattoos, guys, and I was in the military for 12 years, so I'm pretty proud of that.
Hey, dude, a couple more trips with me and Colin, and you'll be tatted up in no time.
I'll be getting one, I'm sure.
Jack, just so you know, I'm a tattoo virgin as well.
Good, sir.
Oh, wow.
I'll join you. Yes, I do want to get one eventually.
Hey, can I come to Jersey and hang with you guys? These guys are
Absolutely.
all right. Thanks.
Yeah.
Anytime.
I'm going to get a big bob right on my ass.
You're welcome.
Hey, you almost had a big Bob when you asked when he almost ran into you when he was looking at the sheets.
No,
Sheets, and he almost ran him over.
Just for clarity, that's when HDR leading the ride decided to stop instead of actually go through a stop sign, which he normally does when he's around our neighborhood.
I was not leading that ride either. Either Rider PA was leading that ride.
So the worst part was Jack made a quick stop. Colin almost ran into the back of him and kind of went to the side. And my whole time I'm like, camera. I gotta get this on the video.
Oh, yeah.
Colin, we had one more. What's the next big event for the Baggers and Brews to go to?
we really haven't discussed this, but it probably will be Ocean City, Maryland, Bike Fest. It's tough when you have a channel like this, and like we want to like do these trips and ride and make everything about bikes, but we have wives that want to do some other things. So, and only so much vacation time. So
does wives matter? Oh, I guess so.
Yeah, and they're the side chat, so that's the appropriate thing to say, Bert.
I was married a couple of times. You can trade them in. You can. Like,
Is your wife home, Jack?
yeah.
Okay.
She's chained up in the basement doing laundry.
Views of HDR are not normally the same as the rest of our channels, just to point that out.
I am going to be sleeping. No, she's downstairs. She's probably on the channel.
There's one ride that we've discussed doing that maybe we'll get to do this fall before it gets cold, and that's riding up to Orange County Choppers up in New York.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Are they
Georgia,
still?
I think Georgia's been up there.
They're still in business.
They are still in business, and there's 2 shops up there. His son obviously has Paul Jr. Designs, and they're only a couple of miles apart. And more for than the destination. I mean, the ride up there, through Sterling Mountain and part of the Palisades, and it's a nice ride. It's County's nice riding. Yeah.
But their TV shows, is it still on the air or no?
I don't think so.
I don't think that's.
I don't think it was. That's why I thought they closed.
They did a little. They did a show like last year, like kind of a comeback thing, but it didn't last. I think it got canceled.
Didn't last.
Yeah.
Hey, Colin, the Piney Princess says, Bert can't trade me in. No one else can handle him.
That's true.
That is true.
I always say I can never get divorced because nobody else will put up with me. So I don't know if that's the same thing.
That's
But
the same exact thing, actually.
Bob, you're so sweet. Come on.
for the wives that are on the channel with us, we appreciate you all.
Yes, we do.
Tonight.
All right, you guys ready for rapid fire?
Oh yeah.
Now, a couple of these questions are a little off, so that's my brain thinking of a couple of these. So, you ready for the first one? Okay, when you are filling up your bike, do you watch the gas station news on the pump screen?
This is supposed to be a quick answer, right?
Well, you can do whatever you want.
Well, no, because in Jersey we don't really have them.
Is it Jersey? And correct me if I'm wrong. Is it New Jersey where they fill it up for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even your bike?
Not the bike.
No.
Yeah, you're not going to let anybody put gas in your bike, right?
No.
No.
Yeah,
When
we're one of
you're
the
in your car. You're not allowed to fill it up, right? If you're in your car.
Technically, no.
Technically, no. And funny thing about those, videos, I was in, where were we, Ohio when we first started to see them? I couldn't figure out where the talking was coming from. I'm like, trying to, like all of a sudden there's a TV on the gas pump. I'm like, come on. So no.
There's probably a Wawa. I've seen a couple of. I know they have them at Wawa, Colin. So I usually, if I have to go to a Wawa, I don't pay any attention. If I'm at Sheetz, I watch while I pump.
Dude, they do have them at Sheetz,
but they're cooler.
No,
they play music and stuff. Wawa's playing the news and shit.
New Jersey guys, I bet, like Wawa.
I do not watch when I'm filling the bike up, just simply because I'm watching the gas go into the bike and not get all over the tank. When I fill the car up, sometimes I do watch them.
Dude, that's my entertainment when I'm there. I like catch up on news when I'm at the pump. So that's the best. All right, next. If Harley-Davidson came out with an option to get an electric windshield and it was $400, would you buy it?
Nope.
No.
Doesn't feel right.
No.
I would buy 2 of them just to have a spare.
Absolutely not. I think now, if it was $100, I'd probably buy it, but that's not going to happen. So I love my windshield. But I know a lot of people talk about having the electric windshield as an option, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Okay.
All the gold wingers in the crowd are probably going,
you're like, yeah,
cool guys. But
yeah, you got remember, you got 4 different size windshields with one flick of the button.
Just doesn't seem right. I don't know why.
Do you guys carry cash in your wallet or do you stick to plastic?
I'm usually plastic.
I'm plastic because my wife has my cash.
Hey,
I used to get frustrated with my daughter because she would charge like $1 for a tea at McDonald's, and I'm like, you need to carry cash with you. I haven't carried cash with me in 3 years. No, all card.
Well, it's plastic, but it's not a credit card. It would be like a debit card.
Yeah, absolutely. Amen to that.
I do carry emergency cash on me because we still have some local restaurants that do not take plastic around here. So just in case, but normally it's plastic.
I do not like cash, but I think one of you guys, I don't remember who said it, but my wife always ends up taking my money anyway. So I'm a card guy by far. Use the card. All right, this next one, and I know this has happened to several of us. If you are you an introvert or extrovert when you ride with people you just met? Are you the one that kind of takes charge, or are you more the type that just kind of sits back and is quiet?
I think we're all extroverts in this group. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think of myself as quiet, but I think everybody else would beg to differ. So
Yeah.
Waiting for the comment from your wife. That'll be here soon, right?
yeah, sure.
There's nothing like you guys. There's nothing about me introverted. So
I'm kind of very quiet and laid back unless the guy I'm riding with, if it's 85 degrees and he's all bundled up in 3 layers of jackets, I'm probably going to say something.
we'll be doing a safety video around HDR and safety gear later.
No, Bob, that was when I first met you. I'm like, aren't you hot in all that crap you're wearing? And it's black. Like, what the heck?
A lot of people not realize this, but I'm actually at work. I'm a big extrovert. When I get home, I'm introverted. I like relax and I'm quiet. And obviously, like when I'm doing these shows and I'm doing videos, I'm extroverted.
You have to be at work. You're the boss.
Well, I know that, but it's like, but I need that. I need that time where I'm doing nothing. I need that time just to freaking decompress. And sometimes that happens when like I'm on rides and stuff. I'll just be quiet sometimes, and that's okay. Or like new people. I mean, I love not with us obviously, but I love meeting new riders. I enjoy that. People you've never met before, and just like, hey man, let's just go ride. And that's what I love about motorcycling.
I'm laughing. You said you're quiet on rides. We rode together 2 days. Our communicators were dying to just stop because we talked.
With the exception of those 2 days. Yeah, I know.
We talked a lot.
Let's go to the film to prove that's not true.
I don't know.
You would have thought it was 4 women buying shoes. How much?
Now, you guys were all on Cena's when you did your communicators, right? When you guys did your trip to Sturgis.
Oh yeah.
Now, did you guys talk nonstop, or did you have downtime, or how did you guys do
I'm gonna let George take this one.
Oh, don't make me answer the question. Listen, by the ride home, I will say this. On the ride home, there were no Cenas. There. Let me sum it up there. We kind of talked there. And then by the time we were riding home, I don't think I didn't even have mine on my helmet.
Wow.
The Cenas have been a real struggle for us, man. Like,
yeah,
there's constantly connection issues. And it's frustrating. It's been so frustrating trying to get like everybody in the group connected. And then when you have more than a couple people connected, it's like not the best signal reception. It's crackly and there's noise, and we're not real happy with them. So.
What's
that?
There's a lot to that too. You got to make sure everybody's on the same firmware. I know if you have different firmware, I mean, it can be weird.
We got together before the trip and we did all that. Everybody got the latest firmware and everything.
Yeah,
it's something about the Cenas when you get more than like three or four, it just starts getting hanky, and it just got everybody frustrated. So by the time we were rolling back, like we really just weren't even using them.
Yeah, it's four is the magic number for Cena.
Yeah, that's all you get.
If you want to connect any more people than that, then
Well, they got that new mesh network. Everybody can buy for another like $200. So you can have like 8 or 16. I couldn't imagine. It's hard to keep 4 connected.
Dude,
I'm not buying anything for Cena ever again. So they can mesh technology all they want.
What's the new one? Cardio or Cardio?
Cardio.
Did you try them yet or no?
No, but that could happen in the foreseeable future here.
Yeah.
I just wanted to still, recognize Austin, who's just not doing anything.
But
Can we all wave to Austin?
Let's all wave to Austin to say hi to
the
him.
American flag looks good, huh?
In about 5 minutes, he'll see this, and then he'll laugh,
In a way.
and then he'll wave.
Hey, you guys aren't going to let this down with him, are you?
We don't put anything down with anybody.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault.
Just clarify, right?
No, man, when we were, I know we had the same issues, guys. Cenas sometimes suck. When Bob and Jack and I, we sat in a hotel room literally 45 minutes before we went on a ride trying to connect.
That was horrible.
And we were so pissed off. We're like, this sucks. At least we're inside. It was air conditioning, but still trying to get connected. We finally got connected, but then we stayed connected after that all day.
Then we're walking through the hotel with our helmets on. You should have seen this poor girl looking like, what is wrong with these people? And we were just seeing if we could talk to each other.
It was awesome.
It was funny.
All right, guys. For those of you that watch television, I've seen these commercials recently, and I just wanted to get your take on them. Do you guys believe in carryout pizza insurance?
Absolutely not.
What the hell is this?
I don't even know what it is.
If you drop your pizza, they give you a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've never dropped a pizza in my life, so I'm good.
No.
I mean, somebody in the Domino's headquarters came up with this idea.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were smoking crack, but they're like, hey, I got an idea. Let's sell insurance on pizza. And people bought it.
And don't they have it for carry out and delivery?
I don't know if it's delivery, but I know it's carry out where, like, if you friggin' pick it up and then you trip and fall, they give you a new pizza.
Yeah, for delivery, if they bring you the wrong pizza, they send you a free medium pizza right out immediately.
Colin, half the people in chat are like I was when you sent this question. I'm like, dude, did you fall and hit your head? There's no such thing.
I did.
I
Domino's Pizza Insurance. Look it up, guys.
They don't watch enough TV. It's
Bob
awesome.
doesn't watch TV. Bob watches all YouTube. If it's
That's
on
ridiculous.
YouTube commercial,
I bet it's on YouTube. I bet if you search YouTube Domino's Pizza Delivery, it's going to come up with something.
Yeah.
I'll bet you saw this on one of those gas pump TVs, and that's
I did.
I might be very
That's why Colin
here's a good
he
one.
was watching TV at the gas pump, overblowing his bike.
Oh. I can't believe. No, actually, I would never do that.
God, no.
Have you ever dropped a pizza?
Never
Scott
in my
Spencer
life.
says he's
Oh,
dropped.
yeah, I just pick it up.
in Jersey. Bert, have you ordered Domino's?
No. Well, in college. In
I
college,
had the first Domino's pizza on the ride home from Sturgis when we were by Indy, probably in 30 years.
yeah.
You know,
Are they still in business?
they are.
Yeah, there's a lot of Domino's around us.
Yeah, you don't eat Domino's pizza in New Jersey. There's real pizza here.
Hey, we buy DiGiorno's. You can't drop those out of your own oven.
All right, guys, if you need to iron a shirt, do you iron it or do you throw it in the dryer?
Iron it.
So usually what happens is I'll put the shirt on wrinkled and my wife will look at me and then she'll iron it.
Yes, I knew that was coming.
Do you take it off when she irons it, or? You know what, Colin? I'll tell you what. If I'm at the house and I need to do something like that, and my wife isn't here and doesn't look at it wrinkled and say, "Let me do it," I'll throw it in the dryer. When I traveled, I used to unpack, turn the shower on real hot, and hang all my shirts in the bathroom at the hotel, and that's how I do it.
Yeah.
With me, normally my wife will have it ironed. She'll have it ironed and have it hung up ready for me to put on, so I don't deal with that.
Does she fold it too? Nice.
Good.
Other than that, I would wear it wrinkled. I mean, especially if it's under my suit jacket, nobody's gonna see it anyway.
Is she still picking out your clothes for you?
No.
You fold your
Got it.
I had to think about it for. She will tell me though. Hey, she will tell me in a very hot day. Are you wearing that black Harley shirt? What's the matter with you? Wear this gray one. It'll be cooler. So, women are smarter than men. That's just a basic fact.
I'm going to iron. I'm going to throw it in the dryer 90% of the time. It's a quick fix. Throw a couple dryer sheets in, and nobody knows
I
it.
can't even do it.
There he is.
Hey, Austin.
Hey, Austin.
It's literally a still picture that just mumbled at us.
I think that was from the intro.
Oh, can you guys please on your next group ride talk about this, please?
He looks like those. He looks like one of those guys. Sometimes you see like ISIS doing those shows from overseas, and they send them over on tape. He's behind that American flag. He's like, "Excuse me, I'm American people." You know, he's like,
Oh no.
poor guy. I feel bad for him. We're going to send him that $5, so he's going to get some good internet.
Oh, I don't know if you guys are breakfast eaters, but do you have a favorite cereal?
Frosted Flakes.
Cocoa Pebbles.
Raisin Bran.
Fruity Pebbles.
Figures.
Special K with red berries.
What the? And you don't drink coffee, Bob, so shut up.
I drink beer for breakfast, pal.
He drank. Never mind.
All right, that's a good segue, Mr. Bob. If you had to drink a cheap beer, what would it be?
Yingling.
Look at his.
That's funny.
Be like Connecticutans.
Oh, man.
Poor
I'll
Oscar.
drink some Miller Lite.
Oh, Miller Lite. Oh,
Yeah. It's better than Coors Light. I mean, who drinks Coors Light?
oh, the guy right above you.
I live on Coors Light.
Hey, where's that mute button? You know what? Years and years ago, I went to Milwaukee, and I went to a bar, and the guy said, "I said, what do you have on draft?" He said, "Old Milwaukee," and I said, "I don't. Who drinks that shit?" Needless to say, I did not get a drink at that bar and had to go to another one. So I'm going to Old Milwaukee.
Mine would probably be Milwaukee's Best. It's $9.95 a case. So I know that's an IPA you could live with.
Bud Light for me.
Bud Light's not a cheap beer. What the hell do you drink, Colin? Colin's like, my beers are $29 a bottle. Yeah, look at that.
See, Fat Tire. It's a quality beer.
Well, Fat Tire is really good. Yeah,
It is really good. I drink decent stuff, man. Not like that Coors Light crap.
that's because we
My
grew up.
father took a drink with his label turned around backwards so nobody would see it. That was good.
Bob drinks brown beer.
All right, have you guys? We got a couple more here. Have you guys ever bought anything from an infomercial?
Yes.
Yeah. What did I buy?
We the wife and I bought some Nutrisystem off of infomercial.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
It didn't work.
I definitely bought something off an infomercial. I can't remember what it was though, but yes, definitely.
Yes, but I can't share it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Her name was Lola, and she was a showgirl. I bought her probably. I was young, like 14.
There is a question here that says, "Is Jack going to be moving on to his fourth wife after tonight?"
Yes.
Never. I'm so deeply in love. I can't even like breathe. I'm so deep in the water.
You're deep into something.
Good answer, right, Bert? Bert, that was good.
Oh, I love these two comments here. Anonymous Biker, you said I got a mail order bride from Colombia once, and then Scouse, Austin bought his internet from an infomercial.
Oh, see, that's where he got it from.
That's the best yet.
This is why we love Scouse, because he's just as relentless as the rest of us.
That's awesome. I actually had bought a couple things. You remember the ShamWow?
Oh yeah.
I bought the ShamWow. Remember that Vince dude that got on there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is
I used
that?
to do like the infomercial. Like I love infomercials. So like I bought like a shark vacuum. You ever see that CEO that comes on, the bald headed dude with the glasses?
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about. So I bought a shark vacuum and then the ShamWow and then one of those food dehydrators.
Oh.
Remember the Ronco? So I'm a friend to infomercials. Okay, this one, your wife's, if they're in there, you might want to remember this. Is your wife a backseat rider and always telling you how to ride?
No, because mine rides her own.
Nice.
And surprisingly, no, because my wife can drive the car from any position. So but when we're on the bike, she is. When we're on the bike, she is. She's not a peep about the riding.
I respectfully am not going to ask for clarification of that one, but on the bike, no. In the truck, sometimes.
The only time my wife will do it on the bike is if the GPS says turn left now and I'm in the right-hand lane. I usually hear it.
Mine is absolutely relentless. I know she's in another room, so hopefully she doesn't hear me too loud. But like even yesterday, she went on the bike because she was testing out the new tour pack. Get over. You're too close to the freaking because I like riding right in her lane. And she's always like that. She's like, you're going too fast. Slow down. You're going too fast. Slow down. That's why I wanted to see if you guys had that same
That's when you need. That's when you need a sidecar for your wife, and you're going around the bend. Just pull the pin and let her get off the exit. You keep on going straight.
Did you get rid of one that way? Is that what happened?
So long, goodbye.
What you just described is why my wife rides her own.
I would love my wife to ride around.
When I first started riding and she was on the back, it was exactly that. You're going too fast, slow down. You're on the line, get over. I'm like, all right, you need your own bike.
Colin, I got to share a Jack story. So that first ride when he was giving me shit when I just met him about wearing safe gear, we were leaving lunch and he was leading the ride. And we were on comms and his wife was on the back of the bike like mine was. And he was trying to turn left and she was going, no, you got to turn right. And they were going back and forth on which way to turn. And finally she says, I know we just met you guys, but you should probably lead. And that has held true the whole time. So,
hey, you know, I figured this way. All the centers have all the centers have an off button.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, that's the truth.
That explains it all right there, doesn't it, Bert?
Oh, I like this one.
Of course he does.
Oh,
okay, and I have this is that ends it for the rapid fire. But I wanted to ask. I had a couple extra. Bob, before we do that, do you have any questions from the group?
Yeah, for the Baggers and Brews group. What do you guys use for cameras off the bike? Everybody else knows what we use because we talked about that. What do you guys do when you're off the bike, and do you do a lot of that or not?
So we do quite a bit of it. People might be shocked. We are 90% GoPro on and off the bike. I've got a few things that really we need to do a video about how to make the GoPro not look like a GoPro. Which is, which takes a little time, but a lot of our other footage is done on iPhones. We do a lot on iPhones because, the best phone is the phone that's in your pocket. I mean, the best camera is the one that's in your pocket. And recently added to the channel, Austin got a drone.
Yeah.
So he got a Mavic, and we've been really flowing some drone shots, into the channel. So that's basically our hardware, right, Bert? I don't think I'm missing anything.
yeah, no, I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
Austin would probably agree with you, but again,
Yeah,
thumbs up, Austin. At least hold that pose for the whole entire shoot.
Hey, Colin, one more. You guys, obviously, there's three of you on one channel. Are you going to be like any rock group and split up at some point and have your own channel, or are you guys going to be together?
Going solo.
I don't think anybody's going to start their own channel.
no,
I
I don't. I mean, I would have to learn how to edit to do that, and I don't really have it.
I have to learn how to be funny.
So how does that work? Do you guys you film it and George, do you do the editing, or how do you just mix it up, or?
No, George does all the editing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So you do everything and they take the credit.
Not exactly. I mean, there's a lot that goes into running a channel. It's it's the social media end of it. Bert's running the social media end of it. Austin runs the merchandise end of it, which we've gotten up and rolling. There's everybody records, and when I mean everybody records, when you look at stuff like our Sturgis video, I used footage probably from 6 different people that were in the group.
Cool.
Well, that's cool.
I mean, you see something, pull out a camera and get it, and send it to the email, and that's how we go. So it's a far cry from. I mean, yeah, the editing is part of it, but as you guys know, I mean, Bob's Instagram is, you know, I mean, your Instagram is like the biggest Instagram. It's the toughest platform, but it helps the channel.
Yeah.
It's tough for one person to focus on all of that.
It is.
Well, I think what you're doing is you're giving us ideas where the three of us up top here are going to form our own group. And then Bob will do all the editing and Jack will do the filming and I'll supervise.
Well, I think what they really need is we need some fireside chat merchandise to help pay for all of our engine upgrades that we're doing.
You know what's interesting though with what they do? I mean, the three of us and what we did on our rides together, we all did our own vlog, if you will.
Yeah.
While we were riding, right? You know, I would start off, they would talk, and then Colin. Maybe guys, the next time we get together, we do what these guys are doing just for kicks, right? Let's do one together and all three different views. I think that's cool. I think it's a great idea.
Put all the different camera angles together. I like that.
I like that because you don't see that often, honestly, with what your channel is. It's usually one person, but I like how I haven't
seen any other moto vlog groups really where there's more than, unless it's a husband and wife. And I think we've learned the reason it's hard because you coordinating three adults with, you know, lives and jobs and all that stuff and getting together to do the filming. Yeah. It's a lot to coordinate. We've had our issues and we've had to work through stuff, but yeah, it's definitely not easy. And I noticed when I started thinking about that, I'm like, you really don't see anybody. I mean, I don't look at a lot other than motovlogging stuff, so I don't know what else.
No, you don't see it a lot. You don't see it a lot. Bert, there is a question specifically for you, and you might have seen this. Does your beard have a name?
No, it doesn't.
Sorry, no.
I wish I could say it did, but I mean, if Anonymous would like to give it a name, he can go ahead and do that.
You might not want that to happen.
Anonymous says he doesn't have three friends, so he's got to have his own channel.
You know,
that's true too.
You know, to the fact that there's three of us, I mean, we started this channel, we didn't set up and necessarily say we were going to start a YouTube channel. We were going to do the Instagram thing for a while. And then we were just documenting our rides, you know, just to have them, and wanted to document our ride to Texas for the world record and get a little practice up so that we, you know, made that a good video. And, you know, it's fun, but it didn't necessarily start, you know, as a YouTube channel. Like that wasn't the actual, you know, start. The first video went on YouTube because it was too big for Facebook.
That's cool.
And then
you'll find out like Adam Sandoval does. Facebook doesn't pay you. YouTube does.
Yeah.
That's just the simple truth. He lost mega dollars because all he was posting on was Facebook, and he didn't know that YouTube would pay him.
But you can use those platforms to get people to YouTube. Which
you
can
still use those. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of their channel, guys, I want to make sure if you haven't already, check in the description below, and we've got links to everybody's channel. Make sure you go check out Baggers and Brews. If for the people in the side chat haven't followed them, the three of them, well, 2.5 because one's frozen, are extremely very down-to-earth people, and just getting to know them over the last week and watching their videos. You guys are really cool, and I appreciate you guys coming on tonight.
Thank you.
With that, I'm going to wrap this up and say goodbye, unless there's any more questions, Bob. I don't think there is.
Yes. Are we going to have a new nickname for Austin based on this performance?
Han Solo?
Oh, damn.
Baggers and Frozen guy.
And if I could just add, you know, all of us, when we go look at a new YouTube channel, we look at somebody that we like, that's relatable, and then sometimes you may watch one or two of their videos, but you watch these guys and you're hitting that button quick because they're just good guys, good people, and just a great channel. So I'm with you. I suggest go check them out.
Thank you.
You, the two people, do you guys have any parting words you'd like to say? Two people.
No, just thanks for having us on. Really appreciate it. We've enjoyed this. It's a really good time, and you know, we've been sub to you three for a while now too, watching your fireside chat. So it's really cool to be on it.
Yeah. Thank you for having us on. And for anybody who hasn't checked out our channel, we keep videos going every week, and you know, we try and do things, you know, our way a little bit differently. So head on over.
It's very cool. Austin, do you have anything? Nope. Okay, Bob.
No, just what I said. You know, a lot of reason we do this is good people and motorcycles, right? And at the end of the day, that's what these guys are. So we appreciate them coming on. And on Solo, I mean, it's been great talking to you tonight.
Yes.
Hey guys, I actually will say the same thing. Thank you very much for being on. If it wasn't, I always said, and we talked many times, it's the guests that we love having here, and love being able to chat to you guys one-on-one. YouTube is great and commenting's fun, but this live stuff has going on. So, but thanks a lot, and keep doing what you're doing, man. It's great.
Yeah, we were talking earlier today, guys, with the three of us up top, and we were saying, wow, we've been doing this since March, right? March. With the intent we weren't gonna let it probably maybe 5-6 weeks just try something, and then now 5-6 months later we're still here. And the only reason we can do that is for everybody that's in the side chat, for everybody that sits there and takes the time to join us. We surely appreciate you guys very much. And I'd like to thank the three guys here. It sucks that we couldn't have Austin. He had some technical difficulties. But on a serious note, guys, make sure you check out their channel. They're really cool guys, very down-to-earth people. And we do appreciate the three of you guys coming on. Bob and Jack, as always, thank you guys for joining every week, my friend. That's it for tonight, guys. Have a great Labor Day tomorrow, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Nice job, brothers.
See you.